The European Union has defended its vaccine procurement strategy, saying it is not unravelling. Frustrated by the pace of the vaccine rollout, some EU countries are buying doses of jabs from China and Russia, which are not currently approved for use in Europe. And Austria and Denmark have broken ranks to form an alliance with Israel to produce second-generation vaccines to combat mutations of the virus. Well, joining me now is Gunnar Beck, a German MEP and a member of the UK Co-ordination Group in the European Parliament. Hello to you, Gunnar Beck. The European Union defending its vaccine strategy, denying that it is unravelling, but what does it look like there?
Well, good afternoon to you. It doesn't look very good here. I'll give you one simple example. About 1/3 of the UK population has been vaccinated now. In Germany, for example, that figure currently stands at about 7% of the population. In the UK, practically everyone over 80, and I suspect the vast majority of those over 70, have now received their first dose. That is not the case in Germany.
It's not only about problems with the European-wide rollout, though, is it? There is also a vaccine hesitancy. There are doses in Germany available for people to have the vaccine, but 85% of supplies of the AstraZeneca vaccine are sitting unused.
I think that's right. Well, I think there are two aspects here which we have to distinguish. There's a great deal more scepticism of vaccination in general, both in Germany as well as a number of other continental countries, including France, for example. And I'd like to stress I'm not expressing any view on the appropriateness of vaccination as a treatment for coronavirus. And then there's a second aspect, namely that there's very limited take-up of the AstraZeneca vaccine in Germany. And I dare to claim that this is in large measure due to a barrage of adverse propaganda from the Chancellor down about that vaccine, which has since been largely refuted.
Yeah, and we had data published last night here in the UK about the efficacy of the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine and the Pfizer vaccines in the over 70s, the group which countries like Germany didn't want to give the vaccine to. What needs to be done now? There are some calls that Angela Merkel should take the vaccine herself, be seen to be having the vaccine to try and assure the population that it is safe.
Well, she's announced that the vaccine, well, initially she expressed skepticism about the British vaccine. Then she announced she wasn't going to take it herself. Then she's tried to reassure the population about the quality of the British vaccine. Well, many of those claims she and others made about the British vaccine have proved to be unfounded to the extent to which amends could be made and the situation be rectified. I think your suggestion is a fair one. She could atone best if she herself volunteered to take the British vaccine. And from all we know, she'd take no additional risks as a result.
Emmanuel Macron, who of course had described the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine as quasi-ineffective for the over 65s. Now, that's been proven to be incorrect. He's now said he'd have the Oxford vaccine. But is it too late? Is the damage done?
Well, I think it's very difficult to rectify now, but I think that's just one part of the EU failure. The truth is, of course, that the EU is short of vaccines generally. That explains why it's lagging far behind the British in terms of the vaccination rate. And that's a reflection of the fact that whereas Britain took a calculated gamble in backing a company that from the word go almost was amongst those corporations to come out early with a vaccine, the EU for lots of internal reasons and lobbying and the like, decided to split the contracts between 6 or 7 manufacturers. One of them, a French company, will only be able to deliver at the end of the year at the earliest.